He got wealth, but had no friend. People feared him, and at the same time disregarded him. Nobody wanted to be his friend. Nobody wanted to know him. He might be the faithful staff of a Roman tax collector's team, but was called as a sinner in his own community. Just think about his life. He got everything that he wanted, but at the same time he lost something he really needed to keep. One day, he heard about Jesus, and that Jesus was passing through Jericho. He wanted to see who Jesus was so bad, because probably the news was that Jesus became a friend of sinners. He knew himself. He knew how other people called him. He actually traded his honor or friend with money. So he got what he wanted by selling his own people. But it looks like he was having some problem with the life that he had made. He probably felt that he needed a friend, but it was too late for him to have a friend, because everybody called him sinner, blamed him for their loss, and nobody wanted to be his friend. And to him, this news about Jesus was very fresh and wonderful. That Jesus just became a friend to anybody. So he wanted to see Jesus so bad. But look, the Bible said that he was a very short man. And that among the crowd, he couldn't see the Jesus. Based on what he had done, nobody, of course, yielded for him. The people in front of him were all tall, and that he couldn't see over their shoulders. Then he found this tree, sycamore, how do you pronounce this? Sycamore fig tree. He just climbed up to just see Jesus. And Jesus coming that way. How was he touched? Jesus stopped right under where he was. And they called his name. Nobody called his name until that point, probably. Probably people called him, he's a tax collector, he's a sinner, he is some bad man. Probably people, his name probably wouldn't have been called for years. But here Jesus called his name. Zacchaeus, come down here. I'd like to stay in your house. Jesus offered his friendship first. I'd like to become your friends today. And then Jesus even said that in front of so many people around. Look at the Bible. The people, when they heard, the people blamed him. Hey, that Jesus, now becoming a friend of a sinner. But Jesus didn't care. This is the person I chose. And I like to be a guest of his house. Being a one's guest has so much special meaning for their traditions. Okay? For special Jewish traditions, being a one's guest is very special meaning. the Zacchaeus was very excited, and he just led Jesus into his house right away. If we just look at the Bible, there's something very wonderful things happen when Jesus just stepped into his house. Okay? When Jesus just got his place in Zacchaeus' house, the Zacchaeus stood up and said to the Lord, "Look, Lord, here and now I give half of my possessions to the poor." That's the first thing that he said, and he meant it. Think about his possessions. When he said half of his possessions I give, okay? That's the first thing that he did when he met Jesus. Okay? We all know that he's wealthy. He was a tax collector, chief tax collector. He had all the wealth that he needed. Now we don't talk about the $10,000 in his account or $20,000 in his account. If we had a $20,000 in his account, half of it is about $10,000. But it's not the amount of what we talk about in our custom, in our society. When this man, okay, this kind of man, based on his possessions, now we talk about probably millions of dollars. And this millionaire, who had been working for his money through all his life, just met Jesus and declared, "Here I have all these my possessions, $certain million. I cut half of it, I will give to the poor. I will use the 50% of my possession for the Lord." And the Lord said to me, and not only that, if I have earned this possession by cheating other people, I'll pay back. Not only twice, not only by 20%, but 4 times. According to the Old Testament law, okay, when you steal the people's possessions, you need to pay back by 20%. That's the law. Okay? But this man, Zacchaeus, if I stole anything from anybody, it's not 20%, but 400% I'll pay back. What can you see from this story? For that moment, he was a totally different person. People just probably got so confused, I believe. Hey, is this the man who used to abuse us? Who used to do